Hey, now besides, worst comes to worst, I'll be your boyfriend.
Yeah, right.
Could he be any more single? Just as fans found some solace in the fact that Matthew Perry is healthy and happy, the news broke out. The sitcom funny man and his fiancée, Molly Hurwitz, have called it quits. Maybe they just want to be friends, or perhaps there's more to the story. From a fleeting romance with Julia Roberts to a broken engagement, our brilliant actor just can't seem to find his happy ending. Why do Matthew Perry fans think the actor has already found a rebound? And how come he never dated his on-screen partners on Friends? Matthew Perry may need his friends by his side. The actor and his fiancée Molly Hurwitz are sadly going their separate ways, as Matthew has called off his engagement to the literary manager. However, Perry's fans think the actor has already found a rebound following an unexpected split from Hurwitz. Recently, the Friends star shared a photo of his longtime assistant Brianna Brancato to promote his limited edition line of merch. It promoted his followers to question if the colleagues have embarked on a romantic relationship.
But we had our best friend's interest at heart.
Could I be more sorry?
In the pic, Perry is seated on the couch in his "Could I Be More Me" hoodie next to Brancato, who sported a "Could I Have Had a Longer Day" crew neck from the star's new collection. Ready for the long weekend and an even longer bath? After a week like this, I know my team is. Shop the entire collection and let the relaxation begin, the Chandler Bing actor wrote in the caption. More than meets the eye? One person commented on the photo, calling it a coincidence that the actor called off his engagement recently and then promptly posts with another girlfriend. Suffice it to say, some fans were confused by the pair, asking whether Bianca was Matthew's girlfriend, with one person saying they made a handsome couple. He also shared a separate photo with Bianca to his Instagram story, asking, "Could I be any more grateful for my assistant?" She shared a similar image to her own Instagram page with the caption, "My boss just released a new limited edition merchandise collection. Get yours and gear up for the reunion." Perry himself commented with an innocuous quip, "Hey, that's a good picture." There doesn't seem to be any indication that things are anything but professional between the sitcom star and his employee of 5 years. And with Molly, it seemed like he found the right person. He and the talent manager privately dated for a year and a half before they were first spotted together. A few months later, she confirmed their relationship with a precious romantic Valentine's Day post. "The second year being my Valentine, but his first as an Instagram influencer," she joked after the 17 Again star joined Instagram. They did break up for a little while, but eventually the lovebirds worked through their issues and were heading down the aisle. "I decided to get engaged," said Maddie just half a year ago. "Luckily, I happened to be dating the greatest woman on the face of the planet at this time." It looked like they were in for the long haul, but life happened. Or rather, a certain young blonde happened. News of the split comes just weeks after Perry was called out for using the dating app Raya, where he allegedly flirted with a 19-year-old. This is when Molly reportedly put their wedding on hold. "They were on a break," said Kate Harrelson, who hasn't even seen Friends. Huh, plot twist.
I mean, she goes on for 5 pages about how I was unfaithful to her. We were on a break!
The now 20-year-old exposed the Friends actor for flirting with her after they matched on Raya. She published the video footage of their conversation taken by a friend watching on from the background.
Do you always play with your hair this much?
I guess so, yeah.
Not a day went by and Kate took down the video as she felt a little bit bad that people were hating, as she thought Perry was a nice guy. Molly and Matthew seem to have found their way back to each other, at least for a little while. In May, fans were already suspecting that they had broken up. Perry's social media posts have been dedicated solely to his line of merchandise, reminiscent of the phrases uttered by Chandler. Ironically, it used to be something they did together.
Okay, you have to stop the Q-tip when there's resistance.
Hurwitz modeled some Friends merch back in December as part of a charity initiative to benefit COVID-19 relief groups. A love of Friends merch couldn't save this couple. Perry confirmed his breakup from Hurwitz, telling people, "Sometimes things just don't work out, and this is one of them. I wish Molly the best." Shame. Such a shame. But life happens. Before he turned his attention to a woman behind the camera, Matthew Perry dated quite a few famous women. After Friends started gaining traction, he found himself in a series of high-profile relationships, and the source of Hollywood gossip whenever he so much as hung out with a female friend. If you have dinner with someone and the next day the country thinks you're in a relationship, it gets a little weird, he joked back in 1997. I was confused about dating before Friends. This all just makes it more confusing. But, worst case scenario, I still have the best job anyone could ever ask for. When the TV star was first working on Friends, he described himself as not an unattractive man, but just awful with women, while talking to the series creators. I also am not comfortable with any silence at all, he said back in 2004. I have to break any awkward moment or silence with a joke. Remind you of anyone? That's right, Chandler did get quite a few traits and multiple lines from the man himself. He was so funny and witty that directors often used his suggestions on the show. It may be hard to believe, but he shares a lot with our favorite smarty pants, including awkwardness around women.
I'm not great at the advice. Can I interest you in a sarcastic comment? Some cheese.
It seemed like Perry made it work for himself when he started dating Julia Roberts after their off-screen chemistry turned out to be just as electric in real life. The Pretty Woman alum's guest starring in the show wasn't an accident. You might have heard something about writing a paper on quantum physics, right? Series creators and producers were very excited about Roberts coming in, but she didn't agree to join the episode right away. According to executive producer Kevin Bright, Perry asked her to be on the show, and she told him that she'd join if he writes a paper on quantum physics. Bright assumed that Matthew went away and did it and faxed it to her the next day. Perry and Roberts had so much chemistry on set that they ended up dating in real life shortly after filming.
How come all I can think about is putting that ice in my mouth and licking you all over?
The relationship was fairly private, and eventually they went on to see other people. Perry may have dated Julia Roberts after she appeared on Friends, but can you believe that the 6 cast members never dated each other off-screen? It turns out there was an unspoken rule on sets to not get romantically involved. While speaking to Access, the 3 men, David Schwimmer, Matthew Perry, and Matt LeBlanc, addressed why they had never dated in real life.
There was a rule that we had. It was really important to the 6 of us that we kept a friendship, that we were friends. And if we were hooking up or there was any strangeness going on, that might mess with things.
Perry revealed that it was director James Burrows' idea.
We didn't want to jeopardize any of the great relationships and friendships we were forming and had established. So it was kind of an unspoken.
LeBlanc added that they were like siblings. While the boys gave out details, the girls seemed to be clueless about this rule. When the same question was asked to Courtney Cox, Lisa Kudrow, and Jennifer Aniston, they stated that they did not remember having any discussion about any such act. Did the guys make it up because the ladies didn't want any part of them? The host asked. Quite possibly true, said Aniston. Julia Roberts wasn't the only connection between Chandler and Matthew. Remember the show Joey and Chandler watched every time it was on? Yep, the one with beautiful ladies running around saving people from drowning. That's right, Chandler had a years-long crush on Yasmine Bleeth on the show. Well, unlucky Chandler, lucky Matthew. Perry dated Baywatch babe Yasmine Bleeth for several months after he and Julia broke up. Then came rumors of Matthew being quite the ladies' man, allegedly romancing Neve Campbell, Maeve Quinlan, Heather Graham, and Lauren Graham. In her memoir, Lauren Graham said that she met Perry at an event, and the two exchanged flirtations, but never took it beyond that. She said that the actor turned into her friend who I almost, but never exactly dated. Graham claims that Perry is special to her, but she stopped short of explaining their connection, or how the media linked them as a couple. Matthew and Rachel Dunn looked like they were heading for marriage during their 2-year romance. Though he and the former fashion student had a 14-year age gap, they made the relationship work from 2003 until 2005 before calling it quits. Not long after things ended with Rachel, Matthew then started dating Mean Girls star Lizzie Kaplan. The couple were together for 6 years, blissfully trying to keep their relationship out of the spotlight. They quietly split in 2012, and sources claimed they broke up because Matthew didn't want to settle down. He spent half a decade as a single man before meeting his now former fiancée, Molly Hurwitz. Maybe it's just how he prefers things to be now. After all the painful breakups in the spotlight and out of the spotlight.